Hi folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, I always try to include information on Black Lake because so many people use that lake as their fishing destination. And I called my buddy Jigger Jim because he's on the water almost every day. And he's also in the shop talking to people that are visiting. And he told me a few things that I wanted to pass on. He says, I want people to understand that right now, the fry that were just fry in the spring have grown to be about 2 to 2.5 inches long. And fish are gorging themselves on all this bait because there's a tremendous forage base in Black Lake. And some fish like northern pike, my goodness, he told me. Now, this is Jigger Jim's opinion of a lifetime of fishing. He says that when a northern pike gets gorged, when they're full, they're not going to bite. They could care less about any lure going by them. But he says bass are the most aggressive fish in any body of water. They will attack, and he says that's why bass tournaments can be so successful, because if you locate bass and you can present your lure, you do it enough. If they don't hit the first time, they might hit the second. And if they don't hit then, that by the 10th time, they get so irritated that they will strike. Now, unfortunately, I don't find that to be the case with me a lot, but Jigger Jim has just a wealth of information. And he claims that that's why the bass fishing still is good right now. The pike fishing has slowed down, but that's the reason. They're full. They've had a bunch of food to eat. However, he said, as much as he might say that, every day or so, somebody will come into the log cabins where he works, and they'll say, we just caught a 35-inch pike. That's a big pike. I don't care where you go, 35 inches of fish is a lot of fish. And his son Seth told me that there's still a lot of pike in Black Lake that are over 40 inches. That's getting huge. But that lake has got everything in it. The bass fishing, Jim says the bass fishing has been improving, but an awful lot of the fish that are being caught are smaller. And he said that you can look at that in a couple ways. Well, people always want to catch a longer fish, but the fact that there's so many small fish being caught is an indication that the genetics are being carried forth, that the fishing population is healthy and it's reproducing. And that's always a good thing to hear. You know, there's a lot of different baits you can use, and we tell you about all the different kind of baits. And Seth has something. I used to tell you about it years ago, about how his son Seth had been using this thing for bass that hardly anybody does. And I promised him this morning that I wouldn't give away his secret because I guess there's a tournament coming or something. But the real point is that almost every lure that you find in a shop, every lure that's built and made public by these lure companies will work, given the right circumstances, the right body of water, the right time. All these circumstances matter, but also, never forget that most lures are made to catch fishermen and catch money, and the fish are always going to hit just about anything, given the right time. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.